Hi everybody, welcome to BlacKat's School of Photography. As previously promised, today I'm going to start making these tutorials for beginner photographers, for people who want to study about photography, who want to improve their skills and knowledge of photography. Before I start, I want to make a short disclaimer. This program, school, whatever you want to call it, is not about gadgets. This will not be a place where you can come and find out about the latest technology or about the latest gadgets and stuff like that. So gadgeteers, please, if you want to stick around for some old school teaching, old school techniques, straight to the point photography, please stick around. If not, I'm sorry, this is not for you. I don't know, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of places you can go and learn about, I don't know, the latest news in technology and photography. So let's begin. First of all, I would like to ask you personally, what is your inspiration and what is your motivation for photography, for wanting to study photography, for wanting to become a photographer? Whether you just got a cool camera or I don't know, your parents, your siblings are into photography and you like it and you want to do, follow their footsteps, or you think it's cool, I don't know, whatever your motivation is, let me know. And I want you to really think about it and understand what keeps you going, what keeps you interested, because there will come a point in your journey as photographers when you will be stuck, when you will think that you're not good enough, when you will reach a plateau, so to say, and you will need to remind yourself why you're doing that. So it's very important. It's not, this is, I think it's like a lifetime lesson, or it doesn't only apply in photography, it applies to almost anything in life. And it's very, very important, at least from my point of view, it's very important to establish your motivations for photography, because this is one of the most important things, the main things that will keep you going and keep you wanting to become better. So anyway, this apart, just think about it, write me a comment, write me an email, whatever you want. Maybe I'm gonna read them up, or in a following video. That might be nice. But it's very important for you personally to establish that. So, moving on. What camera do you have? I began with a very, very simple, very basic camera. It was Smena Symbol. I'm very sure that most of you haven't ever heard about it. I'm going to post a picture. And well, let me talk about it. It's film camera. It belonged to my father. My father had been using it for 10, maybe more years before he handed down to me. It's a blind camera. It's blind means that the viewfinder is not connected to the lens practically, so you're not getting the same view. Well, it's sort of calculated to get to be on the same axis, but it's not exactly the same view as your lens see. So it's a blind camera, as you'll be able to see in the picture, and it's purely mechanic. And you need to, set the dials and pay attention to the light, and pay attention to, your to practically everything, to the focus, to the distance to your subject. You need to set up everything by yourself. I got this camera when I was, I don't know, 10 maybe, 10 years old, and it was very important. It was a very important step for me. I've spent time with my father developing films, and we would, have our own laboratory, and we would make our own films, and I knew how films work, like photography worked from that point of view. But having that camera made me realize how important light is, how important paying attention to your environment is, how important, everything is, because on film, it's like you have what? You have 24 shots or 36 shots, or on these cameras, you could actually, practically it's 36 shots counted, but if you pay attention when you're putting in the film and rolling it, it will give you approximately 40 shots. So anyway, these are very, let's say, expensive. You cannot actually, just click and take pictures, because every film costs money, developing it costs money. So you have, and you, of course, you have a limited amount of frames to work with. So you have to pay attention to all of these things. And that was a very important lesson for me, paying attention to my environment and not just clicking, aimlessly without, thinking or planning ahead or anything like that. So back to you. What is your camera? Is it a point and shoot? Is it film? Is it analog? Film or analog is the same, sorry. Is it an SLR? Single lens reflex, because a lot of people don't know. You might, I hope you know. But if you don't know, that's the difference practically between a blind camera and a single lens reflex. Because the single lens reflex, I hope you'll read up on that. I'm going to put a link in the bottom bar. It's practically a system of lenses that allows the viewfinder to see exactly or see through the lenses. So these are the bigger cameras. Of course, the system of mirrors have to be well, they take up some room, so the cameras are bigger. And anyway, that's beside the point. So I want you to look at a camera and see exactly what it does and what kind it is. And I want you to study it, to look carefully at it. I want you, by the end of this course, I want you to try and know every single button, every single dial, every single option that your camera has. It can be very basic, and it can mostly depend on you, or it can be extremely complicated and maybe you're not even aware of, I don't know, 80% of the things it can do. One piece of advice would be to never underestimate your camera. I've seen amazing things done with, a cardboard box with a hole in it, and like a place where for the film. Amazing things. I've seen people with extremely expensive cameras that practically took shitty pictures because they didn't care about they didn't care about what the camera could do. They didn't care about trying to experiment and trying to figure out what they could do with that camera. It's, the camera is a weapon, and only depends on you, on what it can do, you know. So look at your camera, make best friends with your camera, learn what your camera can do, and you know, try to figure out, try to learn it. And I think I finished my time here. So I'll leave you for now. And I think please leave me comments. Please tell me what your inspiration is. If you want, you can even tell me what camera you have, so we kind of know what we're working with. You know, I want to know what the, let's say, who I'm talking to. Let's just put it like that. I want to know you. I want to know what we're working with, so we know how to approach things. And if you want, you can leave me, I don't know, comments on what you would like to learn, or what you would like to hear me talk about. And because I'm quite open to these suggestions, and we can, you know, schedule our videos according to your needs, of course. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you for seeing, for listening, and for hopefully being good students. And I'll see you next time. Bye.